Hey there, this is Kat, and I am live for today's podcast. Okay, I feel like my screen's a little high today. Hey, okay, so this is so impromptu today. I did not schedule this. In fact, ooh, look at my hat. It's so vice versa. So, in fact, I thought I'd come on and just have this impromptu conversation with you because the one thing that I am doing for myself, and I had a conversation today with a client that I recommended that they do, was the goal setting. So, 2024 is here, right? Yay! 2024 is here. And I think the thing that surprises people is when they look back in the past in 2023, they take reflect and probably don't really dig in or do any of that, but they're just reflecting and thinking, okay, I had a bad year, and they're generalizing. And so they're saying things based on what they're interpreting, based on what's in the bank, or based on maybe cash flow that they have or don't have, or depleted. So I want to talk about setting goals for 2024, because if you've never ever set goals for your business, now is the time to start setting goals. And there's a reason why every business owner should be setting goals. I don't care if you're a solopreneur, I don't care if you're a business coach, I don't care if you have a very, very small team. It doesn't matter what type of business you have, you got to set goals. And the best way for me to interpret this so that you understand why it's so important to set goals is, if you sit here and reflect back and you think, I had a shitty year. And let's say you do dig a little deeper and you look at your revenue and you compare it to the year before. And you're thinking, okay, well, you dig a little deeper and you think about, what did I do last year that I didn't do the year before? What did I do? What could I have done last year that I didn't do the year before? So there's so many things that you can analyze or interpret or put it into play so that you understand and know that everything that happens has an effect. Everything has an effect. If you set your mind to it and you set goals, I promise you, you're going to strive for them and you're going to try and achieve them. Goals go in place to help you. They help you achieve what you want to achieve, not anybody else. If you're the kind of person that flies by the seat of your pants, if you fly by the seat of your pants, you're never going to find the success that you want to achieve. I promise you, never, ever, ever. No, you need to have a plan. You need to have goals. And in order for you to have the success that you want, you have to be strategic. You have to have a strategy in place. I want to thank somebody who's joining me, like North Shore Computer LLC, goals not to go out of business. I love it. Thanks for sharing your goal. That is awesome. That is awesome. I hope that you find success on that, but you got to probably drill it down and dig a little deeper. And again, if you're tuning in, please drop me a comment. I will reply. But and if you've never heard my podcast or been on my podcast or seen any of my podcasts are from real life experiences that I share or have with my clients. I never divulge anybody's name or the business that they're coming from or how long they've been in business or anything like that. I want to share the things that I encounter, and I encounter a lot, because if I have over 200 clients, then I'm having conversations and we're looking at lots of different things. So I have this universe of information that I can share with you. And the one thing that I've had consistently over the past 30 days is setting goals. And there's so many different ways you can set goals. So you can set business goals, you can set sales goals, you can set customer service goals. There's so many goals that you can set. Your job as an entrepreneur, as a leader, is to understand and define What are the goals that I'm going to set that's going to take my business to where I need to be in 2024? And I happily will share my adBidtise goals for 2024. My goal is to double our revenue. And is it doable? Hell yes. Yes, it is doable. And I'm going to do it. But I'm also going to work and create a strategic plan for it. So when I talk to people about setting goals and I talk about setting plans and having a map and laying this out and having some KPIs, key performance indicators, so that I stay on track for my goals. I'm going to achieve my goals. I'm going to stay on track and I'm going to hold myself accountable or hold my team accountable. So goals are in place for different departments, for different types of activity within your business. And maybe you have a large team, then you set goals for those departments. Maybe you have a small team, then you set goals for those individuals that you have on your team so that everybody has a role in setting the goals and coming together. And then when you look back at the end of 2024, you can say with a, good spirits and be confident to say, you know what, we did everything that we could to achieve our goals. We did the best that we can do. And maybe you got really close and didn't hit it. And that's okay. That is okay. But at least you had a plan and you had a strategy in place so that you achieve these goals. Now, the one thing that I highly suggest you not to do is fly by the seat of your pants. Do not, it doesn't work. If you fly by the seat of your pants, if you don't have anything in place so that you guide your team or you guide yourself in order to achieve the success that you want, it's never going to come. You will never, ever, ever meet a successful business that said, hey, I flew by the seat of my pants and I'm a millionaire. No, nope, that doesn't happen. I'm sorry. No, you have to have goals. You have to understand your goals. You have to understand, how do I achieve those goals? And then you create a plan to achieve those goals. It's very simplified. And another analogy that I can give for you to help you understand and so that you can wrap your arms around it is, if you're going on a trip, let's say that you're going from New York to California. If you're going on a trip and you only have a certain amount of days that you can go on this trip, you're going to have to put a plan together, because if you fly by the seat of your pants and go on this trip, you're going to spend all kinds of money. You're going to waste all kinds of time. You're probably going to exceed the time limit that you have. You're probably going to spend more in gas and what have you. Your plan, your trip is going to be like exhausting, and it's going to go in all kinds of direction, make you all like anxiety and stressful and everything because you didn't plan it out. If, for instance, you planned it out, you plan the route you're going to take, you plan the stops you're going to make in order to go from, point A to point B. If you plan it out, you will be way more efficient. You're going to get it done. You might even get it done sooner than you thought, because you have a plan. You laid everything out. That is the same thing for your business goals. If you don't have a plan, if you don't lay out your journey from today to the end of 2024, I promise you, you're not going to achieve those goals. And I need you to hear me. You're not going to achieve those goals. You have to have a plan. You have to know and understand exactly what you're trying to achieve at the end of 2024. And again, it could be, I want to, increase your revenue by a percentage. Whenever you set these goals, that's the other thing. You have to drill it down to what it is that you want. You can't just say, I want to grow my business in 2024. That's like so hypothetical, and it's so vague, and there's nothing for you to hold yourself accountable. No, that's not going to work. You got to have a firm goal. So let's say that you want to grow your business by 10%. Okay, how much is 10% of that? What is that amount? Okay. And how can you get to that growth? Is that 3 more clients every month? Is that 1 new client for the whole year? I don't know, but you need to understand and know the dynamics of how you can achieve the goal. And what does that mean? That means understand the functionality of your business. I can't tell you how many people that start a business and have never have a goals in place, that never have a strategy in place. They think, okay, I will build it and they will come. They're not. I promise you, they're not. You have to have a plan in order for them to come. And if you are strategic and you have a plan, then something will happen. But if you're flying by the seat of your pants, nothing's going to happen. It's not going to be productive. You're going to be all over the place. And just like that route from A to B, New York to California, if you don't set up a plan, you're going to waste a lot of money, waste a lot of time, waste a lot of energy, and really get frustrated with yourself and cause a lot of undue stress. So, sitting today is now the time. If you haven't set a goal and you say, oh, it's too late. No, it's never too late to set goals. Never, ever, never too late to set goals. You just commit to it and you say, okay, I'm going to commit to a goal. I'm going to make it happen. And you write down what it is you want to happen. And then you strategize and try to understand and put a plan in place of how you're going to make it happen. You gotta have a plan in place how I'm going to make this happen. And it's basically reverse numbers. That's all it is. Because if you understand your business model and you understand what the makeup of your business is, then you can reverse the numbers to come up with these goals and how you're going to get to them. But if you don't understand your business and you've always flew by the seat of your pants, I'm going to tell you right now, I highly encourage you to find a business coach. And if you can't afford one, then if you're a US business owner, then go to score.org, score, SCORE.org, and get a free business coach. Because at the very least, please get the free business coach just to help you create a plan, a strategy for your goals in 2024. Because I'm telling you, it is worth every ounce of your time. It is worth every ounce of your time. And you really want to commit to it. And you really want to hold yourself accountable, hold your team accountable, hold the people that you have in place accountable so that you hit your goals. I don't want you, starting now saying, okay, I'm going to grow my business. That's my plan. And then by the end of 2024, you look back and you say, well, I didn't grow. I set a goal cap, but I didn't grow. Well, you obviously didn't have a strategy in place. You obviously didn't hold yourself accountable, and you obviously didn't have KPIs in place. So to mark how am I progressing every other week or every month, I would not go more than every month. And with my team, we're checking in, we're having one-on-ones every week because I want to make sure I hit my goals. I do not want to miss my goals. My team is very clear on knowing what my goal is and how we're going to get there. And we have a plan for every department, for every part of the process. And let's say that you look back on your year in your business, and let's say you failed at customer service, and have a goal, have a plan for customer service. How are you going to improve that in 2024? Let's say that you didn't hit your mark on revenue and you're like, I need a revenue goal. Okay, set that revenue goal, have a plan, have a process. How are you going to get to that revenue goal? How many more calls do you have to make? How many more meetings do you have to have every week, every month in order to hit that goal? I am telling you, this does absolutely hands down works. It works. And big corporations do it. Every big corporation does it. And if you personally are not doing it as a solopreneur, entrepreneur, small business, whoever you are, then you're missing the boat. You're missing the mark on how to grow your business. It is not that hard. It is not that hard, I promise you. And if it is a little more complicated for you, and if you're challenged on how to create these goals or how to achieve them or how to put the plan in place, I'm telling you, it is worth every penny to get a business coach to plan for it. I need to hear from my business coaches. I mean, hello, I'm singing your praises. And I'm doing it because, I'm a sales director by trade. So, over 30 years as a sales director. What does that mean? That means that most of my life, my career, I was setting goals, I was setting plans, I was watching KPIs, I was checking everything, I was training, I was doing everything I could to support the goal growth that I wanted. And I will tell you, hands down, in corporate America and with my business, every time I set a goal, I hit it every time because I set my mind to it. And you can hit your goals too. You just have to understand the whole analogy and strategy behind setting goals, creating a plan, creating some KPIs, and then putting it in place. And it's never, ever too late to do this. Never, never. And if you're that kind of person that flies by the seat of your pants and you like that, I'm here to tell you that you're going to have a tougher time growing your business if you don't set goals, because flying by the seat of your pants does not work. Absolutely does not work. And I need small business owners to understand and know that nobody is like void from this. Nobody is. Everybody, every business should be setting goals, and they should be setting things to how are they going to go after those goals. So, are you setting goals? What are you doing to set those goals? And what are you doing to analyze and look at last year? How did I win? Where are my wins and what are my failures? Because everybody has wins and everybody has failures. What are my wins? What are my failures? And then what are the things that we can do to improve on so we don't have as many failures next year or this year? And so setting goals, and I can't emphasize enough how important this is and how you should put a priority on this. And again, if you're having a tough time, if you don't understand what I'm saying, or if it's hard for you to comprehend or try to get your arms wrapped around it, reach out to me. I'm happy to have a dialogue with you. Like I said, I've had 30 years as a sales director and coaching and guiding sales teams, from all over the US, from 5 people to up to about 30 on setting goals and putting those plans in place and making sure we hit those goals. And again, you're not going to hit a goal that you don't put in place. You're not, because that's called flying by the seat of your pants. And you can't have vague goals. You can't just say, I'm going to grow my business this year. That's not going to work. You need to be very definitive. You need to say, I'm going to grow my business by 5%, 10%, whatever the case may be. Okay. Or be bold and say, I'm going to double my business next year, but have a plan in place. You can't just say it and not have a plan and expect it to happen. That's not going to happen. I promise you. And you got to have the plan in place so that there are KPIs in place and you can hold yourself accountable, your team accountable, or whoever else that is involved accountable in this. So keep that in mind as you're working forward. This is the time to launch those goals. This is the time to strategically plan. Now is the time. Don't sit here and wait. No, don't. Don't. The longer you wait, the harder it's going to be to achieve that goal. And that's more work on you. Why would you create more work on yourself? You have a whole year. You have a whole year. If you plan it out correctly, you're not going to work really hard all year. Okay. Nobody wants to work really hard all year. And as I tell my team, work smarter, not harder. Work smarter, not harder. And the only way for you to achieve the success that you want by the end of 2024 is to plan out these goals, have them in place, and have a strategic plan. Because again, you can't get from A to B if you don't have a roadmap and a plan in place. Otherwise, you're going to lose a lot of money. I promise you, on your business, you're going to lose a lot of money. You're probably going to like spin your wheels, and there's so much, create so much anxiety and stress that it's uncontrollable, unbearable, and that does not work. Okay. So keep that in mind as you're moving forward, as you're thinking about last year, what worked, what didn't work. Okay. What can I cut? I mean, please don't make marketing one of the things that you cut, because I had this conversation too many times toward the end of the year, because people, I know what was going on. They wanted to spend that money on Christmas. So what's more important to you? Having a revenue stream and a business that's functioning and creating more revenue, or cutting marketing so that you can buy some gifts that are maybe temporarily, or, they're just monetary material things. Okay. So keep that in mind as you think about moving forward, because Work smarter, not harder. I'm telling you, I say this to my team almost every day. Work smarter, not harder. And creating goals and going after them and having a plan is working smarter, not harder. Okay, I rant and raved enough. And I hope you watched this. If you did, drop me a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you need help, like I said, if you want to find out about free resources on how to create goals or how to create your business, strategy going into the year to achieve those goals, then just hit rewind because I shared it with you. Because there are some free resources. And Alex, thanks for joining me today. Alex says, Happy New Year. Let's get after it. I agree, Alex. I agree 100%. 100%, because we are all going to grow. If you want success, I want success for you. And if you need help creating that success, I want to help you create that success in 2024. So just tune in, reach out to me if you want to have a conversation. As anybody will share with you, I will talk to anybody. And as long as you don't waste my time and try to sell me something, I will share my knowledge and expertise as much as I can with anybody who, needs someone to chat or bounce something off of. I have no problem sharing with other people. And I try to share my little nuggets here so that you have a little bit of wealth of information so that you can move your business forward. Oh, okay, great. I'm looking forward to 2024. I hope you are too. And if you are, drop me a comment or reach out to me. Let me know. And I would love to hear what your goals are. And that's another secret, by the way. If you put it out there, put it out there. So more than just, writing it down, more than just, knowing this and creating a plan, but it's also sharing it with people and let people know, because you're going to hold yourself accountable if you put it out there, because now other people know. And if you put yourself out there and say, hey, my goal for 10X Business Broker is to have 52 clients this year, or my goal for adBidtise and Social Buzz is to double our revenue. You got to put it out there so people know and are tuned in. And I promise you, if you, with having a plan and a strategy and having some KPIs in place and holding yourself accountable throughout the year, you will hit your goal. I promise you, you will hit your goal. I haven't not hit a goal in years since I started creating goals and planning for them. And I started in corporate America. Because corporate America taught me that. And again, I can't tell you, corporate America sets goals. They're here to kick your ass. Don't you want to kick their ass? Don't you want to make more money than they do? Well, that's their strategy. That's their plan. They set goals and they don't fly by the seat of their pants. Flying by the seat of your pants does not work. No, does not. And your goal doesn't have to be revenue driven. It can be number of clients. It can be number of packages, number of items. It can be anything you want it to be, but you have to set the goals and you have to understand how you're going to achieve those goals. Right? Okay. Happy New Year. I love it. I'm looking forward to 2024. I really am. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you and meeting with you. So if there's anything that I can help you with, drop a comment. Love to hear from you. And if there's a podcast that you want me to expand on, maybe I'll do more of just me talking and telling you or advising you on some things that you can do to grow your business, like I did 2 years ago. I can't believe, and something like that. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, as I always end my podcast, and tune in to the next one so that you can stand out and grow. You got this.